Hi, good morning, good morning, everybody. Come on in, come on in. Let me fix my headphones. Come on in, just come on in. How's everybody doing out there today? All right, so let's get into it. Let's get it. All right, not a whole lot going on this morning, other than Tesla. I think they're doing. They have earnings today. Let's see if it says when they. All right, yeah. So Tesla's today. Um, More stimulus talk. I think we're supposed to maybe tomorrow. I haven't really been following that much, but I think we're supposed to be. They're supposed to have some kind of decision, but that's this week. But that's been a mess from what I've heard. All right, so that's other than that. Stock wise, there's not a whole lot going on. So let's go ahead and jump into this pre-market insight. Let me get this out the way. And it's a little slow this morning, ain't it? Alright, so it's just the website. No problems at all. That's why I posted in multiple places. Alright, so on the economic calendar, all we got today is crude oil as inventories as usual, and some home sales at 10 o'clock, so we could see a little spike in volatility at that time. Let's go ahead and look at the futures. The future session power range report. We'll go ahead. Actually, let me look at this first. All right, so here's the post from last night. This is about the time I posted around 10 o'clock on TradingView. You see, we had a high of 10 for the power range. We had a high of 1088.2.5 with a low of 10,843.25. That's the power range weather report. Right at that moment, we were just kind of hanging out sideways within the power range. And let's go ahead and hit this play button. Let's see what happened. And we bounced around a little bit. We got this range between around 10,915 and 10,780. So right now we're kind of hanging around in that range. We're just bouncing sideways. Stepping over to the my morning post. So you can see we got the sentiment is neutral. At the time of this post, we were up 0.19% with significant volume at 100K. This was at 810, so this is pretty significant. However, based off of the experience from this year, I haven't seen. Usually when the volume is high, from what I've seen, all right, this year. Usually with this year, when the volume has been high in the pre-market, it has usually resulted in a lot of volatility, at least during the morning session. But nothing, no super, no big trending moves. But that's from a past experience that I've noticed. Of course, today is a new day and things could be different. So we're not speculating. That's just something. I'm just pointing out something that I noticed in the past. All right, and then ATR is also climbing. And right now we're at 251.3. Again, this year is different than the years before. Volatility is at an all-time high. Since everything kicked off in around March. But this is higher than what we've been seeing lately. All right. So that is the Power Range weather report. Let me go ahead and bring up Sierra, see what we're working with. That is not Sierra. That is, all right. Yeah, still just bouncing around. Nothing exciting yet. The only thing exciting this morning for myself is I did decide to go ahead and open up a Leeloo account. Shout out to Origin. I don't know if you're in here, but yeah, I went ahead and opened up a Leeloo account, and I'm going to be trading. I'm going to try them out, try to get a funded account with them, and I'll continue to post that progress on this channel and on Twitter, probably IG as well. Everything MV3. If you just search MV3 on all platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, I'll pop up. I think it's Rob MV3 Trader everywhere except Twitter. Twitter is MV3 Trader at MV3 Trader. I need to get a little that scrolling down on the I don't know what you call it, but need to have that scrolling down while during this live stream. Note to self, figure that out. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing Leeloo, and the way I'm gonna do it is I'm still gonna look at Sierra chart for all my decision making and all of that good stuff. But on my other screen, my other monitor, I'm gonna have NinjaTrader because I'm trading. I explained in my last live stream why I'm using NinjaTrader to do Leeloo. Sierra chart is stepping away from the rhythmic data because they just had too many problems with them. So I'm kind of forced to use NinjaTrader. I actually like NinjaTrader. Of course, I don't like NinjaTrader as much as I like Sierra, but NinjaTrader isn't bad, and I've been working on a little a strategy for trading with Leeloo. So I already got all that set up over here on my other monitor. So I'm gonna place my trades in my on it. I'm gonna place the trades on NinjaTrader on my other monitor. That's all gonna. So it's not gonna be. You're not gonna be able to see the trades that I placed there, but I will show where I got in and what I'm trying to do, through with Sierra chart. And then I'll pull this over. So, just for transparency. This is the Leeloo account, the one on the bottom. Of course, this is NinjaTrader simulation mode, but that just stays up there by default. And what encouraged me to do it is yesterday I had the simulation mode. I had the paper trading or the trial version of Leeloo, and yesterday my regular account I got it wasn't. I took a small loss. Couldn't recover from it from the initial loss, but in the strategy that I'm using in NinjaTrader, it paid off a lot. I was able to end up with a very significant green day. So that was the motivation to go ahead, and I was already thinking about opening up a Leeloo account because I just wanted to try them out, and I am interested in trading in a funded account to see how that process works out. So yesterday, showing how effective that the strategy that I'm using in NinjaTrader, under the rules of that Leeloo sets, which is not too many rules at all. It's actually much better than any of the other companies, in the same category. It's better. They're better than their rules are much better and more lenient than any of those other companies. So I was already thinking about doing it, and with what happened yesterday, that was all the motivation I need to go ahead and open up an account and try it out. So if you do want to try out Leeloo, if you are interested in Leeloo and you haven't, you haven't tried them out yet, you just want to open an account with them for the first time, or if you want to, well, yeah. Anyway, I got a link in the description below. It should be in the description. A little handy link for you. You can go ahead and check that off. It is an affiliate link. For full transparency, it is an affiliate link, so you can use, if you're interested, you can use that link if you want to. If you don't want to use that link, just go ahead to Google and search Leeloo, and it'll take you to their homepage, and you can get signed up, and you'll be good to go. However, I also have a discount code where you can get 15% off the first month. That's down in the description below as well, so you can take advantage of that, as I did. All right, so we got about 2 minutes to the bell. Let's get focused. I got Trading View up here so I can hear when we open up. That's all I need. Also, shout out again to Origin. I did look up, looking at the Euro Forex and how it has been kind of been a leading indicator for the overall markets. And yeah, that was some solid piece of information. I researched that yesterday and Monday afternoon, and yeah, I appreciate that. Appreciate your Origin. If you got Twitter, man, or Twitter or Instagram, hit me up. Hit me up on one of those platforms. Right now we're hanging around, we're trying to break the low, or the low of the power range. Got a nice little channel going on a very short perspective. Oh man, let me get my music going. I knew it was kind of quiet, like. All right. Like, why is it so quiet? Something's missing. All right, there's the bell. I'm gonna wait for that first 3 minutes. I let my sounds, my tunes, introduce the market, or whatever. Let's see, what do we got? We have some support in here. Got some support right there at 820. Yeah, go ahead and draw that in. Or do I got it? Yeah, I already got a fib line there, so no need. I already got the fib already took care of that support for me. What we doing? minute. Nice little bounce off that support. Depending on how this candle closes, I may go long here, but we do have a lot of. I don't think it would be that clean, depending on how this bar closed here. There's a lot of resistance hanging around up here.
Order submitted.
Too late. That one didn't fill. Man, I got to get a better system. I tried to go long right here, but by the time I got my order submitted, it already shot past where I was trying to get in, so I missed it. So I just gotta wait for the next one. I'm not gonna chase it. Hashtag no FOMO. I need to mix this song a little better. Like this one. This one's kind of an old one too. And this is when I was learning, when I finally learned how to, learned about compression and how to, appropriately mix and master a song. So, I kind of rushed this one, but I want to mix this one again. If anybody out there that knows about out of curiosity, just do a quick poll. If we have any producers or music people out there, go ahead and put it in the chat, leave it in the comment below if you're watching this after. Just curious. Let me know what you're working with, what you play. Any work you've done, whatever. How big was that move? I'm gonna bring out my handy dandy little calculator. Probably would have got a little scalp out of it. So I do gotta remember we got some news at 10 o'clock, which will be the end of this stream, and also the cruel stuff. So that time frame should get interesting. Who knows what it's gonna do exactly, but we shall see it. It does look like we're kind of bearish. Oh, we're trying to. What it look like on the daily? Yeah, it look like we're trying to have a little pullback. This time frame is too. Honestly, I could have took that short right there, but I want things to calm down a little bit. Let's see. Let me bring my pen tool out. We got this little, very short, this little action going on right here, bouncing around. Got a nice little range going on. Yeah, that's a beautiful, beautiful drawing here of a channel. Play around a little bit while I wait for a move. Alright, I'll play with that later. See if I can pull that up. I was looking for a screenshot that I took yesterday, but and the reason is another thing I like about Leeloo is how they let you basically you can 10x the amount of contracts you can trade when you use micros. So like the one I did is 8 contracts, which that's a lot for me, but I can trade 8 contracts at a time. But if I trade micros, with micros you can, since it is a tenth of the size of the mini contracts, you can you can trade 10 times the amount of contracts if you trade micros. So if I want to trade, since I'm trading micros in Q, I actually am limited to 80 contracts at one time that I can trade, which I thought that's pretty cool. Which I don't know, to each his own, but I wouldn't recommend anyone try to trade 80 contracts at one time, especially with that max trail down that you're limited to. And just from just basic risk management, like that's just, to me, things can get really real ugly really fast if you try to trade that many contracts at one time. Let's This is how, a lot of, people who, ended up being, really good traders. A lot of times they see these wonderful opportunities in their early stages of trading, and they end up getting a little too, letting the ego get the best of them, and end up blowing up accounts and putting themselves in very stressful situations just because they didn't manage risk. And for me personally, the story is a little bit different. My the beginning of my journey did have a stressful period, but it was because I tried to jump into it full time too quickly. I didn't have, a strong enough financial support system. I was completely depending on, I explained this in another video that I posted, a couple months ago, but I was completely dependent on, my trading for my source of income, and it was too soon for that. And even for an experienced trader, I wouldn't recommend doing that. Definitely want to have additional sources of income to where basically your trading is more like a side hustle. It could be the main thing that you do, but you still got you got income coming in that can support your your living expenses, and just everything else that you want to do in life. You got additional income. You have other sources of income other than your day trading or anything related to the stock market, because when things turn against you, it can get really stressful unnecessarily. And for me personally, what happened was it made me trigger shy. I was trying to just only look for the perfect setup, which I never really got. And then when I did get a great setup, I was so trigger shy that a lot of times I missed it. And that's just because I just I tried to depend solely on my trading. And that year my strategy would have worked out like great. I would have had a really good year with my strategy. The only problem was I was being trigger shy. It started out really good when we had that little micro crash in the beginning of 2018. I made some really good profits off of that, but then I got ate up by some volatility, and just I could never really recover. Like I didn't blow out my account or anything like that, but I could just never really recover to how I was trading before, because I was solely dependent on my trading for my everyday living expenses. This is what led me to when we came back to the States to getting a job, just so I don't put that kind of pressure on myself anymore. And I'm starting some other things, starting to create some other forms of income or sources of income, so that I can just I don't put that kind of pressure on my trading, and I can just trade freely. This is the only the real way. Are certain terms I don't like to use, which is the best way to trade. I say it that way. When you step in front of your charts, you need to leave your emotions, keep that away from your trading as much as possible. We are humans. We do have emotions. We're going to get caught up in FOMO and all that good stuff every once in a while, but we got to try to keep it, minimize that emotional trading as much as possible. Alright, got a little pennant pattern forming here. A little short term. It's a lot of choppiness and nothing really happening. Just give me plenty of time to ramble and run my mouth. Drop a few nuggets. Like Kevin Hart says in his last audio book, nuggets out my butt. Golden nuggets out my butt. That's not my. That's Kevin Hart. I'm not trying to steal his lines. And for me personally, these first few minutes of the Open have been rough for me. It's a lot of not getting the moves that I want under the the way that I typically trade. Yeah, I definitely gotta mix this again. Honestly, I would like for us to pop out of all of this mess here, out of all of this noise, come out of all of that, and then we can make a decision. That's what I would like to happen. This looks interesting here. It's like we can try to every time I look away, when I want the market to do something, I should just look away, and then the market is going to do something, which I felt that was coming. Initially, I thought I was going to go to the short side, but it turned around and went. I still would want to. It looks range bound to me. I would still like it to come up out of this little accumulation area. That's ugly. I didn't really draw that well. Well, there we go. So like I can use this as a reference to illustrate what I would kind of like to happen. So like right here we were bouncing around, and then we ended up, coming out of there. This is in the pre-market with this candle here. That's what I would like to happen. When you get out of all the noise. That looks interesting. Alright, we trying to get out of there. As usual, I do like to buy on the dip. As Origin pointed out last time, this is the Euro Forex down here. So this could possibly give us an indication that we could be trading bullish. How long that happens, we do not know, of course, but just another tool in our tool bag. Again, I will be definitely sticking to my strategy. I'm not gonna, that's just something else that I'm looking at. It's not anything that I'm basing any decisions off of, or entry position or decisions off of. Like, I'm not gonna go long just because something else looks like it's leading the way. I will use this as as kind of a showing that we could trade higher, and then I would once if that's confirmed by the actual price action, then I'll look for my entry if I'm not in already, based off of the strategy that I've already set and the plan that I set before I started trading today. You know what? I was supposed to record this on my computer, but I forgot to start recording. One of the reasons why I do this, well, I was already recording my recording, my trading day, just for my personal use as like a video journal. I definitely believe in journaling. Just whatever, the trades that you took, and the way I journal is I journal, what I'm looking at, as well as the emotions or what I'm feeling, tied to all the decisions that I made, and things that I learned. So before I was writing that down, or I was, typing it in, I was taking notes in Notion, or like on I was either writing. I had a physical journal that I was writing it down in, and then I, transitioned that to taking notes in the Notions app, or is it Notion? Notion.io is the website. So I was journaling in Notion, but sometimes what I would notice is when I would journal, I would kind of, just the same way if I look away, I would journal, I would write down what I'm feeling or whatever, and then I look back at the charts and I miss something or whatever. So my solution to that was to actually record it. Like I turn my webcam on, I record my screen, and then I journal that way. And I use Notepad or something if I don't have my mic on. I use Notepad to jot down little notes so that I can go back and I can watch the video. Since I like to watch videos anyway, I can watch the video and reference my journal that way. So that kind of led to, since I'm already recording it, I might as well record it live and put it up on YouTube. So, I'm not just trading by myself. And maybe, it can help someone else out there. I've learned a lot from watching other traders, trade and showing what they're thinking and, the things that they look at. I'm definitely not into copycat trading. However, I definitely believe that you can learn from others, in terms of seeing other people's perspective and the kind of strategies that they come up with. And you can, feed off of them and add things to your tool bag and to your strategy that'll help you, find the success that you're looking for. That's how I've built any strategy that I had, is based off of putting together little pieces from other people, and from the ways that I've seen other people trade and the ways that they look at the market. So it is 10 o'clock, and I'm still waiting for this. Looks kind of interesting right here. I like how we're responding to that channel. It's not super strong, but I'm gonna wait for my opportunity. I'm not looking at any entries yet. So hope the rest of y'all have a good trading day, and I will holler at y'all later. Stick to your plan. Deuces.